We are back on the Testpod podcast, and Keysight and Camille, welcome to the pod.
Thank you for inviting us.
Please introduce yourself.
My name's Camille Morgan. I've been part of Eggplant now at Keysight Technologies for the last 5 years, and I've been managing the Sogeti relationship here at Keysight since 2019.
Quality and testing, quality engineering and testing. Your view of the market?
So we've seen a lot of changes. We've seen the customer becoming more and more prominent. We've seen that customer dictating and helping move us forward in the market. So how do we work with our partners like Sogeti to support their customers and remaining competitive? How do we see that integration across their DevOps? And really, where does that start? We understand the infinity loop. It's been going for many, many years, but really, is there a start? Is there a finish? No, a lot of it's around the continuous testing. So we're looking into that, how to automate, how to help those customers stay current and retain their market share, and obviously work in today's climate. So yeah, a lot of change, but a lot of exciting times ahead.
Do you see anything that is a highlight? It doesn't have to be big, but is it something that pops up at the market?
I think a lot of organizations are modernizing, but they're not getting rid of a lot of their older applications. So I think where we see the differences in the forward-thinking areas, so they're moving into the Googles, the Azures, which we've heard a lot about from your customers this morning. But we also realize they're not getting rid of what they have. They've invested. So how do they keep that investment going? How do they work? And how do they test it to make sure that they are staying ahead of the game and using what they already have to achieve that?
And before stage, we talked a little bit about case and stories around clients that you have.
Yeah, we have a lot. I mean, just thinking of the customers we've met today, we've met financial organizations, and they have that whole network of legacy, mobile, web. They want one platform, but they also want to integrate that into maybe their CI/CD pipeline. They want to reuse what they have. So we're looking at customers, understanding what they do. We've met some amazing retail customers here this morning that have even more complex systems. They have point of sale. They have the ability to test across their credit cards. So we work with Sogeti in being able to do that as well. And then healthcare. You've got lots of different healthcare organizations here in Sweden. And their electronic patient records, how are they modernizing that? How do they really help? So we've spoken to some really good customers. And because Eggplant Keysight has been going since 2008, we've got a network of customers to give them references, to give them examples. Also the rail industry, they have some really complex graphical UIs. And how Keysight Test helps you do that is very visual. So we're able to help a lot of different industries along the way. Primarily through the visual ability to access it, but really you can also access it through the UI, the APIs, but giving them that one platform, that reusability. So it's been a great morning so far.
And talking about being a vendor that have a platform, you always end up in, but we are in public sector. You are cloud-based, so we can't use.
It's fine. Public sector is one of our true gems. Yeah. It's a very regulated industry. Data for them, like many industries, is very, very important. So we're non-invasive. We're able to give them that ability to do everything on-prem, to be secure, and really help them. We have public sector clients in a lot of different geographies globally. We have some of the largest defense as well as healthcare industries. So very much that ability to support them because it is non-invasive. It is very secure. We can work within their areas. And because we do it how the user would interface, we don't need to know how they're doing it. they can learn on their own and cover that themselves.
Yeah, talking to your tech guys here, he explained the eggplant and the platform, and I just summarized it. Okay, so you do a virtual user and then put it on top of every system that you want to.
Yeah, we call it our synthetic human. So we will do it as a human would do it. So absolutely, we can go into any system that can help you achieve that, which really helps our customers because it's tough to learn coding. You know, this is an industry that's evolved. So because of the visual way we do our accessing it and tracking our availability, it's a lot easier, both from a business and a technical standpoint.
And at the last question I always have to my guest is that we have this broader markets, we have all these tools, we need to get skilling going a little bit more, and we are evolving. So for an organization, I think it's very hard to understand where to begin.
Yes, always.
So where do I begin?
I think it really depends on the main priority. We're seeing more, as I mentioned, the business as well as the technical teams really linking. So understanding what that business driver is to bring that technology in is primarily where we see a lot of our clients starting. Some of it may just be on that functional testing. Some of it may be modernizing. We've spoken a lot to people today about from legacy to Google Azure, but testing that whole end-to-end platform. And ultimately for them, it is giving their end users, whether it be a citizen in central government or you and I in the healthcare or a banking application, a good user experience. Everything needs to be tested before that happens. We see in the automotive industry, a lot of the testing that we see in the front end within your cars. A car's fully software driven now. So how do we do that? So different industries have different challenges. We work very closely with Sogeti on workshops to understand their main pain points, focus there, and then grow. So it doesn't have to be everything in one go. It can be tried, test it, move to the next. So that very quick, agile, test quickly, recover, and just be ahead to make sure we're listening to the customer and achieving the goals that they're trying to get into the markets.
I understand that you have on a trip all over Europe now and different test expos.
We are. Sogeti for us is one of our elite partners. So this is possibly my 4th or 5th. And next week we're off to Utrecht. So it just shows that the clients that Sogeti has, that ability to work together really well, as testing experts with Sogeti is really helping us.
When you're standing there in your booth and what do they talk about? What do they want to talk about? What's the main topic?
I think their main topic, a lot of the testers, it's a topic that's pushed down from their management. So it's how does it work for me today faster, at less cost, and across a multitude of systems. So they've been given more and more in their work day to be able to test. And there's a lot of that testing that's still manual. It doesn't need to be manual. You and I go home in the evening, we have weekends, whereas actually if you can automate some of those manuals, it can give them the ability to work in other areas. So a lot of that is really, what's the best thing? How do I drive that? And then when we speak higher up in the organization, for them it is reduction of costs, improvements, efficiencies, being market leaders, and making sure what they take to market is tested and doesn't fail.
Thank you for this. Thank you, Camille.
Lovely. Thank you for having us. Thank you. Bye-bye.